Hello, everyone.
Hey everyone, we're back to Flow State Café as every Friday.
Yes. So we were looking for Alexis Solve with love from Norway. So nice to have you all guys here today. Um, wow. So we're here every Friday to talk about topics related to the work we do. I'm Claudia's Flower, and we have
It's all
Giselle.
chaos, and we are here every Friday to talk about how to
Yes,
get into the flow state. And
exactly. So we talk. We both work with energetic techniques, quantum tools that helps you to instantly get back to flow and be able to perform. And therefore, we touch different topics related to this, and we bring them here.
today we are gonna talk about self-talk and how
Exactly.
that have a huge influence in our performance, right?
Hmm. Massive,
And
massive influence.
massive
Yeah,
influence. And I know
totally,
I guess
totally.
everyone already had an experience of like when you have a negative thoughts and your energy goes down and then you get even slower, like if you have to do something now, like when
Mhm.
you do some sports, when you do like relationships, resolve things in your work. And when you have a
Hmm.
positive thoughts and you have a good outcome in your life, like you are ready to resolve things and you have
Hmm.
this energy to okay let's just do it and let's just resolve it, and that's all about it.
Yeah, it's all about that. But it's also not like, okay, let's be positive. It's not just about that. It's
Yeah,
way deeper.
for sure.
Right. It's way deeper. It's way deeper. But overall, obviously, these thoughts are coming from programs that we eventually um, remove with our work that we do. But there are things that you can still do and start doing with a little practice. I'm actually talking about this topic in my community, in the WhatsApp community, high performance community, in the case you want to join it. And eventually, I will send you the link in the comments. But yes, let's get this started. And well, actually, I can say something like Gisele. Everything started with the self-talk topic. I think last week when I was playing beach volleyball, and I saw I was really more and more aware about this, and I was looking at this player, and she was constantly saying, "I'm so slow, I'm so slow," and actually she started performing worse and worse. Yeah, so it was like, wow, this is such a good example, um, because every time you use these first person and present tense, and actually metaphysics explains you that this is extremely powerful, no matter if you're using it negatively or positively, right? it's
Yes,
it's like
for sure.
you using the superpower and you have to become aware of how you're using it.
For sure.
Simple as that.
And as you said, this are like programs, right? Like the type of thoughts you have reflects they are influenced by your subconscious mind, and it reflects on your thoughts, beliefs, the questions you have about life, and the ideas you have, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And so that's why you said that's deeper, because like they
yeah,
are built and with the programs that are created in our subconscious mind. And
totally.
as we say this, we talk about this every week. But you need to keep saying these type of things because you have to integrate that so it can change, right?
Yeah,
Because some
yeah.
beliefs and some things are so like rooted inside of, these programs are so strong that we need to keep, talking and changing to change them.
Hmm. Yeah, totally, totally. And he's I would say it's a mirror. Amit, he actually raised the hand. We will leave some space for Q&A at the end of the session. Yes, Amit, thank you for joining us. So also I would say that self-talk is actually um, a very good mirror, and it shows us how much we love ourselves, right?
Mm,
Um,
yes,
and sometimes what we really need to bring some awareness. This is the first step, right? How do we talk about ourselves, and how do we talk to ourselves, right? And these are two different things. When we talk about ourselves, we are doing this all the time. And me myself, I became aware of some very important limitation in the last month, because I was constantly talking. I would constantly say, oh, I'm very bad with numbers, very bad with numbers. Okay. So the more I say that, the more I'm limiting myself, first of all. So this is the first
hmm
step. And then I became aware of huge blockages that I had with numbers since I was a kid. And then I worked on that. And then all of a sudden, I started learning investing. And hello, I was the one that was saying, I'm very bad with numbers. Right? So imagine how that can massively affect everything.
for sure. Yeah, then you probably had some negative experiences at school with numbers,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, when I
And
was a
that
kid.
made
Yeah.
you,
So,
yeah, that made you believe in that.
yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
we
Yeah.
always can improve. Like
Yes.
there's nothing we cannot learn if we want to learn,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
as
Yes.
we
Yes.
say that we have this self-talk is this inner dialogue. So if you have like this if it's positive and optimistic, you can also have healthy benefits. How crazy is that?
Yes.
How your thoughts reflects on your energy, your vital
Yeah.
energy,
Yeah.
your immune system.
Oof,
That's
totally.
crazy how that, can affect
A
the physical
lot.
body also.
Yeah.
Reducing pain, improve your cardiovascular health, your physical
Yeah.
well-being, and the risk of death also.
Oh, yes, of course. I remember there was this Dolores Cannon. She was a hypnotherapist, very famous one, and she used to say, "Talk to your body, talk to your body." Whenever you're experiencing some pain, and it really works. Like, but you have to be kind to your body and talk to it, and it's powerful. It's powerful, especially when you talk about your body, and in the present tense. It's really powerful.
And also, it's also beautiful because now it came in my mind, like if you see the universe as a whole, we are part of the universe, and our bodies, inside of our bodies, another universe, because you have other living
Yeah.
beings like bacteria and other stuff, fungus
Totally.
and things, and they can be good or they can affect in a good way or in a bad way in our inside in our system, because we have systems inside of us, right?
Yes.
So that makes
Yes.
sense, like to talk to your body because there are living things inside of it.
Totally. And they've been working for you during the whole lifetime. Yes, without asking you for anything. So, yes, totally, totally. And it's
And
interesting.
also, actually, also the things we put inside helps to, you
Yeah.
know, how
Obviously.
they
Yeah.
manifest, like
Yeah. Yeah.
infestations
Yeah.
and inflammations, but also the main thing is the mind,
Mm.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. 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 Exactly. So, obviously, when you have some challenge, well, as you said before, research suggests people, with positive self-talk may have mental skills that allow them to solve problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is because whenever you have a negative talk inside, so negative, those reflects the limitations. So whenever you resolve the limitations, you start to stop talking negatively, and also you become more able. Like, it's incredible, you said that before we started this this event before we were talking about this, that you felt more confidence and therefore you're resolving things quicker, right?
Yes, that doesn't mean that that things are not happening, but I've been
Mm-hmm,
doing
mm-hmm.
the self work. Even also we've been doing, together, and things like my self talk are like changed massively,
Mm.
like for the last 2 months.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm actually, that the thing is like the problems come that you are like more okay, I have like more confidence and to resolve it like instantly. I don't get into the problem and I'm saying like I'm a victim of this, I have this pain, I don't know how to I just do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, there is a problem
Yeah.
here, so let's resolve it.
Yeah.
Like before I was more like, I got more caught up into the problems that show up in my life. And
Yeah.
since I've been working on myself, this has started to change, and I'm more
Yeah.
aware. So every time I have a negative thought, now I'm more like, um, I have more awareness. So I
Yeah.
notice it, I observe it, and then so we're gonna talk about it, but to observe it, I passed through what we're gonna talk about, like doing, um, when you have a negative thought, it usually came from your childhood, okay? So when you are
Yeah.
little kid, you are programmed, and then you have events that maybe make you believe in certain things that sometimes are
Mm-hmm.
not positive. So you have this negative thinking about you're not enough, you're not good enough, or you are insecure and things like this. And then if you realize that, you then you feel insecure, and then you give this self love to your inner child, because it's your inner child talking to you.
Yeah. It's
Most
not
of the
you.
time,
Yeah.
it's not you. It's
Exactly.
your mind. It's your unconscious mind, or you are resonating with someone, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
you just give some love
Mm-hmm.
to this kid. So you have this conscience, and then you give some love to yourself,
Yeah.
and you calm down these negative things, and then suddenly just
Yeah.
started to feel better, and you can add positive thoughts also with your
And
intention.
yeah, and that also brings you more to present where you actually perform at your best. Because whenever the mind takes you away from the present moment, that's when, even if you're an athlete, for example, the body slows down instantly. So with uh improving your self-talk, you become more present, first of all, which is extremely good. But whenever the mind takes you far away, then you slow down. Yes. In any sense, or you're not present, you're not being productive. So that is very powerful, right? So yes, I would say, the things that you can do to improve your self-talk, first of all, is becoming aware
Mm-hmm.
that, right? So self awareness is the biggest thing. And then also something I use, because, and we actually said that the other day, because we are constantly, when we are talking and thinking, we're constantly interacting with a quantum field. So we are sending messages to the atoms, especially when we talk in first person present tense. You're using a superpower, you're decreeing. So if you find yourself decreeing something negative, you instantly say, I delete that. Yes. So that at least that is something good. And then you can bring what you said, some like love and compassion for that little kid inside you. That will definitely help you. And then once you feel okay, then you can change it into the opposite. And so, as you said, like saying something positive, right?
Yes. This part of the deleting thing is like when you get used to it, it's like you get fun, like you have some fun, because every time you say something, you notice you get more
Yeah.
more aware of those things, and then you say something bad about yourself, or something negative about, okay, I'm not good in math, and then I'm not gonna be able to do this type of work. So you just
Mhm.
say delete that or cancel that, you know? There are some
Mm.
ways to do it. So just say, oh, no, no, cancel. And then, no, it's okay. Hug your inner child. And then
Yeah.
the opposite
Yeah.
affirmation.
Totally. Totally. Exactly. Exactly. So that is really powerful. And so yeah, I mean,
There
it's
are
really
some,
important.
yeah. And
Yeah.
there are also some, it's not like, not, it's not that the only thing, but we have some categories of like identifying your negative thoughts, your self-thoughts,
Hmm.
thought, thought, you know.
Hmm.
The first step is for you to be aware, identify them, to change it, right?
Yeah.
So you have, there is a tendency of few things that, you know, when you, some people they blame a lot themselves and
Yeah.
and the people around them. So they have this type of thinking that they always blaming themselves or either blaming someone else for the things that happen
Hmm.
in their lives, you know?
Hmm.
Or yeah.
Actually, yeah, sometimes it's even is a proper conditioning, you have to blame something. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I've seen this a lot in my family in general. And I used to do it a lot. Here I am. I used to, yeah. So I used to blame.
Me too. Everyone
So
has.
it kind of blaming. It's like a strategy, it's a mechanism that, but it's an illusion. It kind of takes away the responsibility, so it makes you feel lighter in a way. But it's an illusion because it doesn't work eventually.
And you also learn, like,
Yeah.
how to be like this. As you said in your family, you have a lot of that. And you
Yeah.
probably like us learning that, but we are unlearning a lot of things from the last years.
Yeah. But it's like a strategy. Once you blame something outside and you feel like lighter, but then it doesn't resolve, because it's an
Yeah,
illusion. Yeah,
for sure.
blame someone else.
I was seeing yesterday a video, a woman, she said, let's substitute the word, um, I don't know, like victim to take to responsibility, you know? Let's
Mm.
take responsibility to the things, like not just blame something and be the victims. Oh, everything wrong happened to me, but just take your responsibility for that. You know, don't that's not
Takes
bad
time.
or wrong. Just observe that and change because. And she said, like, what you have to do to change things, to resolve things. You need to
Yeah.
want that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense for you.
100%. Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah. Totally. Totally. Um, and then the way there are these, for when we go back to, we said blame yourself. Good.
Mhm.
So, um, before, as we said before, you need to become aware. So self-awareness is important. So blaming, it's important. Blaming yourself, blaming others too, but blaming yourself is one of the things we tend to do. um and then magnifying, so you focus on the negative aspects of the situation, and then you ignore any of all of the positive, and that is also something we can do sometimes. And then catastrophizing, and that happens when you expect the worst. I used to do that a lot. I mean, I'm Italian. I was the queen of drama.
Really?
I can really see myself in all these things. My past self, not myself now. Yeah. But yes, yes, yes. I was magnifying everything,
Really?
catastrophizing.
I
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had
yeah,
this
yeah.
tendency as well because I'm a Brazilian, but I could either do in the positive way, but most of on the positive, but then when you do on the positive, you get too much expectation, you
Oh
know,
yes,
and then
yes,
you can
yes. Also,
you can disappoint yourself and be like, well,
of
I don't
course,
care.
because you go to the opposite. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah. And yeah, polarizing, you see the word. It's black and white. So it's good or
Mhm.
bad. But there's no good or bad. When you are looking at the truth is neutral. There's no good or bad. You can, oh, I mean, it's just what it is. So yes, and then when you get to that point, you kind of bring more awareness and also forgiveness to yourself, because this is something you need to
Mhm.
do, forgiving yourself for everything. First, before forgiving others, you need to forgive yourself for everything. Yes. um and so it
That's
doesn't matter
another
if
work.
you,
That's
yeah,
another hard work. Because
yeah,
we're not sometimes we're not
exactly.
aware that we didn't forgive someone. So or even ourselves.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, the blame thing when you're always blaming yourself, so criticizing, right?
Mm,
This is the type of
mm,
when you keep criticizing yourself, it's just like
yeah,
always on that, you know,
yeah. And we cannot
stage
always be
that,
perfect.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yachis, I don't know if I said the name properly. He wants to talk. We will allow Q&A at the end, yes, so that we don't lose the focus and we can answer you better. Yes, Yatish. I don't know if I said the name properly. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
On LinkedIn, yes, we are live on LinkedIn and on YouTube today. Yes. Um,
Yes.
so yes, this is first step becoming aware. So this is understanding when you're doing one of these things helps you. Right. Yeah.
Yes. And take a minute and think right now, and think about what you've been say to yourself today. So
Mm-hmm,
what is
mm-hmm,
it? What is it critical or is it kind of helpful? You know,
mm-hmm,
ask
mm-hmm.
yourself like, how is my inner dialogue? Am I putting myself down or am I putting myself up? I'm like, the way to and how to engage on this the inner discussion because
Mm.
this is a lot of thinking and about and theorizing about who we are. We do this a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, exactly. And we tend to label ourselves, and that is one of the most limiting things, right? So, and this is when we label ourselves, it's like, I am like this. I am. The other day, I had a. I don't know if I talk already about this here. I don't know. But when you say, okay, I am this type of person, I am that type of person, you're limiting yourself. Yes. And so for example, let's say I am extrovert, you're extrovert and you're also introvert, or you say I'm introvert, okay, but you can also be extrovert, I'm sure of it. Yes. We're all everything, it just depends on the situation. So um I'm very able at this, or you say I'm not able to do that, okay, you're already telling yourself that you won't be able even to learn, right? So that is important, that is extremely important. So um labeling ourselves is one of the most limiting things that we can do to ourselves, and that can massively limit our performance. Yeah.
Hmm.
um
That's the thing about I am, as you said, that you were
mm,
saying.
mhm,
That was it's a very powerful thing. So if you say,
mhm.
"Oh, I am not able," but you can say, "No, I can learn. I don't know
Yeah,
it, but I can learn it."
yeah.
Just need to
Oh,
take
I
some
haven't done
time.
it so far. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly, exactly. Yes.
but
um And if you feel tired, if you keep on saying I'm tired, I'm tired, well, it's gonna become just more and more tired because you're telling to your body you're tired, and so the body just does whatever you do, whatever you say.
I used
Literally,
to say that a
as
lot.
consciously or unconsciously. Yeah.
Yeah, I
um
did.
so
Used to say this a lot.
yes,
You
yes, and
remember
I
there was a phase
Mhm. Yeah.
with a lot of,
And so
yeah.
that is important. And then, so bringing this self-awareness will help you a lot, first of all. And then once you realize you have this inner talk, or you talk about yourself in a negative way, you talk to yourself in a negative way, you just bring this, compassion and understanding that is not you, is past experiences that are making you feel that way. And once you feel better, then you can eventually say the opposite. Yes. And that you set the intention. And that creates also, new ways of behaving, and so new neural networks, um, obviously. But on a long term, obviously, but it massively changes. And I remember last week I went to the gym, for example, and I was feeling like I didn't want to go to the gym. So at some point I was like, I was feeling in conflict. I was like, am I willing to do this? Am I forcing myself? Then I realized I was kind of forcing myself. So I brought some compassion and also use, obviously, the technique we use. Got back to okay, whatever, and I said, okay, I'm doing an amazing workout. And then the workout was incredible. My body literally, the energy in my body literally changed. I did one of the best workouts of the month. I was like, wow. So it really works. Yes. Just
It
try it.
does.
Give it a try.
It does.
Give it
I've
a try.
For sure I did. I'm doing this morning routines to like be grateful, like when you wake up, like just be
Yeah.
grateful for being alive, grateful for the things I have, and grateful for things I want to have, but in the present moment. But some days I wake up with a low energy, you know. I don't even want to be grateful for anything. Sometimes you wake up like that. And then,
Yeah.
but I kept doing that. I say I'm gonna keep doing it. And out of suddenly my energy changing, you know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
started to change
And
my
then,
energy, and then I had a lot of energy to start my day,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Just
That hyper.
yeah, just doing this exercise. Simple.
Yes, yes, yes. The self-talk is important. And then also, I want to remember everyone that is listening now. I have this high performance habits guide that you can download. Just drop me a message if you want to receive it. You can just download it, and it's some habits that doing them every day just boosts your energy um, field. It raises your frequency, and it makes you more resilient to anything that can affect your performance and the stress level and all this. It's focused on a holistic perspective, because we both work with energy. And I want to underline the reason why we work with energy, because actually, your body literally is made of, and everything is made of atoms, right? The atom is made for the 99.999% of energy, and it's just 0.001 of matter. So when you work with the energy, you kind of work on the whole. If you just work on the matter and trying to resolve these things outside, or just work on the body, on the matter, it's very limited. Yes. And so when you work with energy, then you have instant results because you're working on the whole. And so that's why you can start adapting, you can start doing these habits to raise your energy field and your frequency, and you become way more resilient. And I saw this these last few days. I didn't do the high performance habits, and I was like, already I got a bit overwhelmed this morning. I could see it. And so self talk is part of it also, the way we talk to ourselves. And you said gratitude, it massively elevates the frequency, and it makes you more resilient.
Yeah, I like this idea of focusing on the energy more than on the matter. Like it's a
Mm.
new, actually, for us it's usual. we got
Yeah.
used to it, but for most of the people it's not. So this
Yeah.
have this conscience about everything is energy, even the matter is a
Everything.
condensed
Yeah.
energy. Like you
Exactly.
change, you realize you can change your life, but like
Yeah.
easier than focusing on the matter.
Yeah.
Just make it heavier.
It's
But
quicker. It's quicker.
yeah, it's weaker actually. When you work on the
Very
energy, it
useful.
gets stronger. You
It
know.
resolves. You resolve things with this, yeah, because we're not used to resolve. We're used to, okay, let's, how do I manage this? How do I manage that? You just resolve it. Most of the times. Well, it depends, yeah, but um, at least it resolves how you feel, which makes a big difference on everything.
And how we feel is how we're gonna manifest and create and do and live your life and relate with people. We are here to live our maximum potential. I like this.
Yes, and in the present, that's where that's it's just an eternal present, right? There's no future or past, actually. I mean, we kind of think about it, but then where everything happens is in the present, right?
Yes.
And
Hmm.
then we want to be here fully, 100%, not somewhere else.
So that's how we get into the flow, to this
Yeah,
flow state.
exactly, exactly. So I guess we can allow people to raise their hands. There's someone wanted to talk before, but I think I don't know if they're still there.
Yeah, if
Um,
anyone wants to talk, just raise your hand and ask, or that's him again. Yeah.
Yatish, he wants to talk. Let me see. Okay, there you are. Nice.
And I've been having this doubt since while. Whenever you're trying to work really concentrated, or whenever you're into a state of flow, you're having a self-awareness that you're being watched, or like the controversial thoughts that goes up in your mind doesn't allow to get into the state of flow, being concentrated. Isn't is that makes any sense?
Not sure I hear it properly.
Yeah, me
Um,
either. Can you say again, please?
Yeah, I'll repeat it. So, whenever we are intended to get into a state of concentrated or being in a state of flow, so we are having self awareness that we are getting into the state. So, the controversial thoughts which goes up in our mind blocks to get into a state of flow or being concentrated. So, how to
yeah.
even outcome that even though we know that we have to get it right, keep concentrated, but the thoughts that goes up in our mind just stops. It makes us self awareness that we are not in that state. So how to even overcome that thought? I couldn't get it that.
Now I
Do you want
understand.
an answer?
Just
Yeah,
say
that's
something,
it. That's it.
Claudia.
Thank you for coming, first of all, Yatish. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Yadish.
Yeah.
Do you want to go?
To overcome, yeah. I would say the first thing that comes in my mind is that's not you. Bring that, keep that on your mind. So every time you have a negative thought, you will connect, okay, so this is not you. This is something that happened in the past that made your unconscious mind behave like that. So this is like, for me, it's like first step, and observe, breathe in, breathe out, and give some love to yourself. We've been talking about the origin of this negative talks usually are on our inner child. So realize that's your inner child saying those things to you, and just give some love to her, and that's okay. Give some compassion, and then um, probably if you say, "Oh, I'm not good enough," if that's your negative thought saying that, and then you can just say, not good enough to do something, no, and then you can say, no, that's possible to do that, for example, like just bring another the opposite
Yeah.
the another affirmation, or like I am enough, for example.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would say the same. Also, like what helps me is visualizing myself. This is very like works for me, not necessarily it has to work for you, but
Yeah.
visualizing myself, like stepping away from even my body, and
Hmm.
looking at myself like if I was a third person, let's say, yeah. So just taking distance from the thought, literally visualizing that you're taking distance from the thought that is external. It's not you. It's your mind that has been conditioned most of the times. Yes. And so you just take distance and don't enter in the dialogue. Um, and bring compassion, as Giselle said. And then once you feel okay, then you can change into positive. Yes. Into something positive. Yeah. Does that work for you? Do you
Because
understand?
just one more adds to something, because then this negative thought brings sometimes a negative emotion. So when you give the compassion, you release the emotion. It
Hmm.
helps you to release the emotion that comes with the thought. So
Yeah,
if you are
because
angry,
otherwise
or
you're fighting against it, and
yeah,
it's
if
not
you
the
have
way.
yeah, if you have frustration, that's why we were saying to give this compassion and like say it's
Mhm.
okay. So you go deeper, and then you
Yeah,
do the affirmation and
yeah, because otherwise you're kind of fighting against it, so you're still inside the program. You don't want to go against it. You don't want to run away from that thought. You just want to recognizing, acknowledge it, bring some compassion, so with that you feel better, and then from a different emotional state then you say the opposite, for example, whatever you want to say to yourself. Yeah.
that made sense for you, Yatesh?
Yeah, that seems to be I would say, little bit better because when those thoughts come into my mind, I actually I try to stop those thoughts. It's like just like a monkey mind. When you stop thinking of something, you can't do that.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
but you cannot. Can you stop your heart from beating?
not possible.
Yes. Exactly. So those thoughts are coming because in that way because they are produced by the unconscious, yes, the subconscious mind, let's say. So they are produced automatically. Yes, it's an automatic response. So you cannot stop them, you cannot fight against them, you just recognize them, see that they're coming, you take distance from them, bring some love, and then once you feel okay, then you decrease something else. Yes.
Yeah,
But never fight against them. Yeah.
I think
that's
someone
all I
else.
was sort of asking about.
Also, become aware that whenever the mind is telling you something that doesn't make you feel well, um, you're just believing something that is not true unconsciously. Yes. So just take distance from that. Um, because it's been conditioned. It's the ego talking all the time.
That's why there is that expression, the expression of the veils of illusion, because it's always an
Yeah.
illusion that we create
It's all an illusion.
by this condition.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming, Yatish. Thank you, everyone, for coming. A lot of people today.
Yes.
Let's allow Zainab to talk. Here, I don't know if it's a hello. Is a she? Okay. Hello.
It's a she. Yeah,
Welcome, Zainab.
it's a she. Good afternoon from here. How are you, everybody?
Oh, thank you. We're very fine.
Chip in my thoughts. Thank you. I just want to chip in my thoughts, especially related to what the last speaker said. I once heard from Sri Kumarao about that if you do have negative thoughts, one of the things that you can do is for every aspect of life, if for example it's about schooling, then think of the happiest moments you've ever had about schooling, picture that, feel the emotions you felt about that school moment, and take a mental screenshot of that. And also
Okay.
do the same thing for, let's say, family. let's say your best family meeting, family gathering, maybe end of year, the happiest moments you were, capture the emotions you had at that time and take a screenshot of it. So that when you don't have negative thoughts, just as you have rightly said, don't fight them. Ask the emotions, what have you come to ask for today? What do you want? And then gradually replace that. So if the negative thought is related to family, then you can, after allowing the feeling to go, then you bring in this screenshot of the mind that you already have stored and use it to replace that negative thought. Don't fight it, invite it, ask it what it wants.
Okay.
When you're done, then you replace it with this positive picture that you take a screenshot of. So I really liked that. And then also heard something similar related to that. I tend to use the two in combination. This is from Michael Singer in his book, The Unfettered Mind, when he said, when the negative emotion comes, as he rightly said, we're all energy. So just sit down, calm your nerves, and imagine yourself that you are really energy, and that's another kind of energy. And then just relax and then just let it pass through you. Because if you don't let it pass through you, it remains stuck and locked inside you and it keeps coming back. So I guess the best way to combine it is when the negative thought comes, sit down, imagine yourself the energy you are, relax, let it pass through you, and then you replace it with that positive screenshots that you have. Thank you. That's what I have to say.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for sharing this.
Thank you. Nice. It reminds me, some people, there are a group of people I study that like they do this type of work, like to be aware of your emotions if you are angry, and then let the anger uh, release through the body as like screaming, um, having a pillow and like punching the pillow and let the
Yeah,
anger
yeah.
flows through your body, not trying to explain that, just like let the emotion go through you, you know?
Releasing. Yeah.
Releasing, yeah, releasing.
Yeah. There are different ways. Yeah, totally, totally. All
Yeah.
right. So having said that, I think we can finish here, I guess. Or do you want to add something?
I think that was enough. I liked today. I really enjoyed to talk about it. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
and the
It's really cool.
contributions and today was nice as well.
Yeah. All right. So well, just remind you for those who are interested, you can join my WhatsApp group, the High Performance Community. I'm launching a masterclass on the 2nd and 3rd of September. Uh, and it's going to be about different ways to approaching the mind. So by working on energy, and it's going to be 2 days. The second day is going to be a whole reprogramming group session. Yes, just a special present for all of you who will be at the masterclass. So, having said that, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you,
Um,
everyone. It was a pleasure to be here and to see your faces here on LinkedIn.
yes, yes, sending hearts back. Thank you, Claire. Yes, all right, great. So let's just keep in touch. Um, And yes, let's connect. For those who are not connected, please connect with us and let's interact. We are
And
happy
if
to
you
have.
and also if you are interested to get to know what we do, just send a text to us and then we can have discover sessions. So that's it. Get in touch with
Yeah,
us to get deeper
sure.
into your
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so bye bye. Have a beautiful weekend.
Bye, everyone. It was a pleasure to have you here and to be here again. See you next Friday.
Bye bye.
Bye.